Yeah, hi. Brendan Moriarty here, and I want to talk about some invention type stuff. Um, okay, so I was in a store yesterday, looking at a camera. 'Cause here I am, right? I can't. This thing's too heavy. So, anyways, I was looking around. I started thinking, everything's electric, but what if, uh, you know, what you really need is not stuff, but a place to keep it. Like you have to have a padded cell to put yourself right. Um, so uh, so imagine you have a solar powered shower, and that you don't need electricity for one of these best things in life. And then you do have electricity, but you're not hogging it up. You're using it very uh, responsibly. Your refrigeration, a light bulb, radio, computer. But the good things in life are actually architecturally based. Our vehicles, we go inside. It's got a door. We go inside, and everything's so custom made that it's ridiculous. You can't clean it. There's all these little nooks and crannies. And so imagine a shower and a vehicle as architecture both independent, highly desirable architectural components, and that they're very pleasant to be in. They just cannot be contaminated. The question is, can you clean it? That's the ultimate real estate question. Architectural acquisition is to have something that is so functional that you can literally, okay, I was talking about sort of you clean it with a pressure washer or literally a spatula and some hot water. You clean any anything, invisible toxins. You just so architecture and then some hot water. Uh, that's the good life. Okay, that really is having something that is so clean that and then laundry. So you have this solar powered laundry and your solar powered shower all in one room. Now this is this visionary idea that I had for a while. Is if you go downtown, maybe some kind of, I don't want to say seedy area, but sort of a diverse area, if you will. You maybe find like a homeless guy, right? Who really smells. Just you get too close and you realize, oh yeah, that guy lives in the bushes, or something like that. And if you had this unit that you could move around, and you could literally find these people and say, okay, we're going to give you a sandwich and a beer, but we're going to launder all your clothes. You kind of like John the Baptist, right? but but you're making society so much more pleasant. You're able to to have this camera like lens that travels around. You're inside. You're like a little person inside this big machine that is ultra lightweight. It's a gossamer architectural box, and up. Call this the up car. This is one of my inventive ideas. The universal panel vehicle. So this architectural box is made out of components that are all the same. There's no left and right. There's just one, and it switches around. It goes upside down, and this panel, and then these are all the doors. So you have this up car on this with this frame. All the doors can be taken off, and you can literally put the whole thing in a box and ship it. So talking about aerodynamic, right? Um, so you have this up car, and you can put it in the up mode, and literally like cruise around slowly, and like baptize people, if you will, adults, who may need that kind of thing. And then you could literally, after you do that for, your pilgrimage or something like that, saving humanity, taking photographs, saying, this is the image that, this is the, the, the scope that we're looking at, we got this thing, and then this box, you take your up car after you do all this sort of like spiritual work, you then go off to wherever very briskly because you're just in this very light structure. It's extremely comfortable. It's got everything you need, minimal electricity, maximum enjoyment of components, minimum energy for traveling. Okay, so I was gonna make a segue into sociology here, but I can't seem to. I kind of was watching this stupid TV up here, and so I usually do the segue, but it has to be really fresh and kind of sat in the stupid chair here too long. So I can't do it. Sorry. Anyways, I hope it's not too long, and I hope yeah, well, the sociology thing is something about normalcy, and it has to be magical, or else it's kind of it's kind of no good when it's forced. But think sociology and think policy and think of a box. This is close. Think of a box as something that you put something in, and that box can then be moved, right? So it's not like you can't do solar sociology because that's getting sort of astrological. But yeah, I mean, uh, but at the same time, there is night and day, and there's losing there. So just the box, really. The box is you have a vessel that you can transport vital components in, vital karma, if you will. That's kind of, and then having solar powered, having a okay. So imagine, see, economics. You got your some people say, oh well, I need to drive an SUV, like this monster truck, and then commercial vehicles are all these vessels that are traveling on, just basically carrying goods. And there's one guy in there, and he's kind of like the security, but he's got so much responsibility. It's like pushing tin. The airplanes are flying along. At least on the ground, you could quantify this for autopilot to literally have things moved automatically, and then that person who's responsible is just responsible for security, not for navigation, because once you cross security and navigation, those wires, who knows what's going to happen. And then you start building tanks, like I said. You start building these military-industrial complex, this drawn-out, calibrated anxiety road rage. It's like a cannon coming out there or something like that. When instead, if you have these little units going together, little individual containers, each one with something special on it, some ecological, purpose, and instead of like one big long cannon, you have a bunch of it's hard to it's hard to metamorph. You know the word meta something, meta beautiful lady. Anyways, yeah, and so that's like you're in this vessel, and you can say, "Oh, I am so clean. I am ready to meet someone." I'm ready to have a refrigerator that says, "Hey, it's the good life." And then so you have these units, your architectural, solar, everything you need, and you have a couple of them. So it's like with a commercial vehicle, say a service person, they could have one that's really just empty, just totally light, and they're going out with their little screwdriver and checking the components, and then they have another unit, the same exact unit, but it stays at the corner while this empty one that's totally full of all their stuff, their tools and stuff like that, and this other one goes. So this one stays, and this one's carrying you along, and this other one's just kind of locked down, secure, and the other one. But when they come together, they are moving together in efficiency and happiness. And I can't even remember where I started here. I think it's the vessel and the baptism, if you will, and architecture, and realizing that within that container you can have everything.